Hello everyone, this is YVR. Welcome to YVR Maths Tutorial. In this video, I am going to discuss some important basic properties of indefinite integral from the chapter Integrals. Without knowing these basic properties, you cannot evaluate any indefinite integral of the given function. To understand these properties, we should know the definition of antiderivative. If you did not watch my previous video, I will give you the link in the description card. To understand the concept easily, watch this video till the end. Let's learn about these properties one by one. Let's begin our class with some standard algebraic properties on integration. Let's take first property. D by dx of integral f of x with respect to x is equal to f of x. This property can say in other way, the differentiation of an integral is the integrand itself. What is the integral here? Integral f of x dx is the integral. What is the integrand here? F of x is the integrand. That means, observe carefully, the differentiation of an integral is the integrand itself. Let us discuss the proof of this property. Let us consider the derivative of capital F is small f. Then what we can say? Capital F is antiderivative of small f. Then by the definition of integral, how we can write this? Integral small f of x dx is equal to capital F of x plus c. If we differentiate this equation on both sides with respect to x, then d by dx of integral small f of x with respect to x is equal to d by dx of capital F of x plus c. From the basic properties on differentiation, d by dx of sum of two functions can be written as d by dx of first function plus d by dx of second function. By using that property, the right side part can be written as d by dx of capital F of x plus d by dx of c. From this equation, d by dx of capital F of x is small f of x. That's why first part is f of x plus derivative of any constant is 0. That's why in the next step, the right side part is f of x plus 0. Finally, what you got? D by dx of integral small f of x dx is equal to small f of x. So this is our first property. This property statement we can say in another way. Differentiation and integration are inverse operations. That means the symbols d by dx and integral dx cancel each other when d by dx is followed by integral dx. Observe carefully. The symbols d by dx and integral dx cancel each other when d by dx is followed by integral dx. But when integral dx is followed by d by dx, they do not cancel each other. Observe here one note point. Integral d by dx of capital F with respect to x is equal to, from this property, d by dx of f of x is small f of x, that is equal to integral f of x dx, that is equal to, from this property, this can be written as capital F of x plus c, where c is an arbitrary constant. So observe carefully, students. When integral dx is followed by d by dx, they do not cancel each other. Let us take second property. Let small f have integral on the interval I and a small k be a real constant. Then the function kf have integral on the same interval I and integral kf of x with respect to x is equal to k into integral f with respect to x plus c. Observe this statement carefully. F have integral on the interval and k is a real number. Then what is the statement? The integral of product of a constant and a function is equal to the constant into integral of the function. Let us discuss about proof. From the statement, f have an integral on the interval I. Then there exists a new function capital F on the same interval such that d by dx of capital F of x is equal to small f of x. By the definition of integral, this can be written as integral small f with respect to x is equal to capital F plus c. First of all, we have to prove kf have an integral on the interval I. For that, I am considering d by dx of small k capital F of x is equal to. From the basic properties on differentiation, this can be written as k into d by dx of capital F of x. From this property, d by dx of capital F of x is nothing but small f of x, that is equal to k into f of x. From the algebraic properties, this can be written as kf of x for every x belongs to I. So what we can say here? D by dx of kf of x is equal to k small f of x we got. That means kf has an integral on I according to the antiderivative definition. That is d by dx of kf of x is equal to k small f of x for all x belongs to I. By the definition of integral, how can we write this? Integral k small f of x with respect to x is equal to k capital F of x plus c1. Why here c1? Already I used small c, that's why I am using another constant c1. From the algebraic functions, k f of x can be written as k into f of x plus c1. Here what I am going to do means, I am going to add and subtract with some constant kc. So the next step is k into capital F of x plus, I am adding and subtracting with kc minus kc plus c1 as it is. So from the first two terms, if you take k common, f of x plus c we are getting, plus from the last two terms I am taking one combination c1 minus kc. That is equal to k into, what is f of x plus c? From this equation, f of x plus c can be written as integral f of x dx. That is equal to k into integral f of x dx plus this total constant I am considering as c plus c, where c is c1 minus kc. So this is the second property. What is the second property? The integral of the product of a constant and a function is equal to the constant into integral of the function. By using second property, I will give you one small note point. In second property, if we replace f of x is equal to 1, if we substitute f of x is equal to 1, then what is the new function? Then the new function is integral k dx, where k is the constant. Constant if you write outside of the integral by using the property 2, then what we will get? K into integral 1 with respect to x. That is equal to k into, this 1 can be written as x power 0. That is equal to k into integral x power 0 with respect to x. You know what is the integral of x power n? X power n integration is x power n plus 1 by n plus 1. By using that formula, what you will get here? The integral of x power 0? X only. That is equal to kx plus c. That means the integration of constant k with respect to x is kx. The integration of the constant 2 with respect to x is 2x. The integration of the constant 5 with respect to x is 5x. Like that we can use this property or note point. That means the integral of any constant is constant into x plus c. Next, let us take third property. Statement. Let the function small f and small g have integrals on the interval I, then the function f plus g have integral on the same interval I, and integral f plus g of x with respect to x is equal to integral f of x with respect to x plus integral g of x with respect to x plus c. That is, the integral of the sum of two functions is equal to the sum of their integrals. Now let us discuss the proof of this property. From the statement, two functions f and g have integrals on the interval I. Then there exist two functions capital F and capital G on the same interval such that d by dx of capital F is equal to small f and d by dx of capital G is equal to small g for all x belongs to I. According to the definition of integral or antiderivative, this can be written as integral small f of x with respect to x is equal to capital F of x plus c1, and the second one can be written as integral small g of x with respect to x is equal to capital G of x plus 2. Here c1 and c2 are constants of integration. First of all, we have to prove f plus g have integral on the interval I. For that, I am considering d by dx of capital F plus capital G of x is equal to, from the basic properties on differentiation, this can be written as d by dx of capital F of x plus d by dx of capital G of x. So from these conditions, this can be written as f of x plus g of x. By using some algebraic properties, this can be written as f plus g of x for all x belongs to I. So what you got here? D by dx of capital F plus capital G of x is equal to small f plus small g of x for all x belongs to I. So what is the meaning of this? So the function f plus g has an integral on the interval I. From the definition of integral, this can be written as integral small f plus small g of x with respect to x is equal to capital F plus capital G of x plus c3, where c3 is an integral constant. By using some basic algebraic properties, this can be written as capital F of x plus capital G of x plus c3. Now what I am going to do here means, for this capital F of x, I am going to add and subtract the constant c1, and for this g of x, I am going to add and subtract with some constant c2. Then f of x plus c1 minus c1 plus g of x plus c2 minus c2 plus the constant c3 as it is. Now I am going to take combinations capital F of x plus c1 one combination, capital G of x plus c2 one combination, and the remaining c3 minus c1 minus c2 one combination. From equation 1, this can be written as integral small f of x with respect to x. From equation 2, this can be written as integral small g of x dx plus this total constant I am considering as c, where c is c3 minus c1 minus c2. So this is a third property. What is the third property? The integral of the sum of two functions is equal to the sum of their integrals. Similarly, we can prove the integral of the difference of two functions is equal to the difference of their integrals. That is, integral f minus g of x with respect to x is equal to integral f of x with respect to x plus integral g of x with respect to x plus c. In this property, we have taken sum of two functions or difference of two functions. The same property will be applicable for sum of three functions, sum of four functions, or sum of n functions also. So here I will give you one general property. Let the functions f1, f2, f3 up to so on fn have integrals on the interval I, then the functions f1 plus or minus, f2 plus or minus, f3 plus or minus up to so on plus or minus fn have integrals on the same interval, and integral f1 plus or minus, f2 plus or minus, f3 plus or minus up to so on plus or minus fn of x with respect to x can be written as, or can be equal to, integral f1 of x with respect to x plus or minus integral f2 of x with respect to x plus or minus integral f3 of x with respect to x plus up to so on plus or minus integral f1 of x with respect to x plus c. By using property 2 and property 3, this node point can be expressed in the another form. Observe this node point. Let The functions f1, f2, f3 up to so on fn have integrals on I and k1, k2, k3 up to so on kn be real constants. Then the functions k1 into f1 of x plus or minus k2 f2 of x plus or minus k3 f3 of x plus or minus up to so on plus or minus kn fn of x have integrals on the same interval I. Integral k1 f1 plus or minus k2 f2 plus or minus k3 f3 plus or minus up to so on plus or minus kn fn of x with respect to x is equal to k1 integral f1 of x with respect to x plus or minus k2 integral f2 of x dx plus k3 integral f3 of x dx plus up to so on kn into integral fn of x dx plus c. That is, the integral of the sum of n functions is equal to the sum of their integrals. In each integral on right side, the constant factor comes outside of the integral sign. Here I want to say one important point. On right side we have n integrals. So there is no need to introduce a constant of integration after calculating each integral. By combining all the arbitrary constants of the integration, we get a single arbitrary constant of integration denoted by small c, which is added to the final answer. These are the most important basic properties to evaluate indefinite integral of given function. Thank you for watching this video. If you like, subscribe now and share to your friends. Thank you.